Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with another SpiegelMom Scraps layout. For this one, we are participating in a fun blog hop with Cuts2Luv. I will have links down below to all the products that I use, as well as the links to the Cuts2Luv Etsy shop. So what I'm doing here is I am trying to decide what to do with these two photos. So this is actually one really long photo, but I haven't printed it off yet, and so I decided to use my Canon selfie. So what I did was I broke the photo up into three, what was it? I think it was three 3x4s. But it was not exactly three 3x4s in length. It was two 3x4s and then like one by 3, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. 1x4, I guess is what it was, or 1.5x4. But since it's snow and it doesn't look like I can tell that it's supposed to be shorter, that the third photo is supposed to be shorter, but I don't think anybody else looking at the photo is going to be able to tell that it should have been cut in the middle. So I'm just going to decide to use these 3 photos. So what I'm doing here is I'm going through a bunch of paper pads that I bought years ago from Michael's on a hot buy sale for $5 each. And I'm pulling out papers that I'm really interested in. I wanted to focus on the snowflakes and I wanted a neutral paper as well. So I pull out this red and this blue snowflake paper, and I am actually going to end up using that one. And this is from a Festivus Recollections pad. I have no idea if you can still get that because, like I said, it is a few years old. So right now I am just showing you a couple more products that I'm going to be using from the SpiegelMom Scraps blog. And I am also using the flaky background cut file for this layout as well. And I will have a link below to the free cut file so that you can go and use this as well. So here I'm just pulling all of these snowflakes off of the silhouette background, and now they're all done. Here you can see I'm pulling out my 4 flare badges that we were given from Cuts2Luv for this blog hop, and I am actually going to use 3 out of the 4. I didn't think I was going to use that many at all when I started this layout, but then I just kept finding fun ways to use them. So I am super excited that I used 3 out of the 4 on this one layout. I don't normally use that many flare badges on my layouts. So here you can see I'm just cutting down this snowflake paper, and I am actually going to flip the sketch. So the sketch calls for this paper to be on the left side, but I wanted to use this red background paper, but I didn't need the Christmas joy part and the journaling section. So I'm just covering it up with the blue paper. Now I am going to do some mixed media on some of these snowflakes, and I had so much fun doing this. So I'm going to use this Snow Way Man, and this is a Vibes, which you can get from the SpiegelMom Scraps store, and like I said, I will have links below to all of the products. And I am also going to use Foiled Again Dazzlers. Sorry, I forgot if it was Dazzlers or Textures. It's Foiled Again Dazzlers, and it is just a pretty gray, and I really like how these turn out. The gray you can't see quite so much, or silver, I guess. It's more silvery than gray. But I'm still glad that I did it. I also pulled out my Gummy Berry Blue Dazzlers, and I absolutely love how all of these snowflakes came out. Like, seriously, so awesome. So I'm just going to do 3 or 4 of these in the Gummy Berry Blue. And then I'm going to set all of them aside so that they can dry. And I love Dazzlers, but they do take quite a while to dry. So if you've never used them, do plan on waiting. Or if you don't mind using a heat gun, you can use a heat gun, and that works good as well. Okay, so now here I'm just cleaning up my tools, and I'm going to close up my products, and I am going to set them aside and get to work on the rest of the layout. Guys, I just want to say I absolutely had so much fun doing this layout. Seriously, I had a ton of fun doing this layout. This is one of the first layouts that I did this year, and I only did it a couple days ago. I've been trying to do my design team assignments ahead of time, like a week ahead of time, but just life is so crazy, which I'm sure you can all understand. So I just barely got this layout done on Sunday, but I absolutely had so much fun doing this layout. I hope that you will join in and use the sketch and show us what you make yourself. Okay, so now you can see I have laid out all 3 of those photos, or the one photo cut into 3 parts. And what I am off doing is I'm trying to find my papers. Oh no, I guess I was trying to find the alpha. Sorry. I thought I was off trying to find a paper to mat the photos on. So I have this Amy Tangerine alpha that I've only used a few times. I think it's called Alex, and I didn't have any S's, which I was so upset about because I knew right away that this was the alpha I wanted to use. But I did have 1 8 left. So I'm going to cut that 8 into an S, and it works out awesome. You can't even tell that it used to be an 8, and I'm so happy about that because I love this alpha. Okay, so now I think I am off trying to pick out some paper to mat the photos on. And what I decide to do is I was trying to decide whether I wanted it to be this beige color or this black. And at first I was thinking the beige would go because my dog is beige, but it didn't stand out as much as I wanted it to against the background. So I'm gonna decide to do this black, and it's just Recollections cardstock. Okay, so now you can see I'm still here fiddling with the photos, trying to figure out if I do want to cut that 3rd one down, but I decide I don't like the way it looks, and I wanted to stick to the sketch. So here I'm doing a little bit of a black border around each one of the photos and also in between the photos. And I'm just gonna cut that down, and then I'm gonna start playing around with the placement of all of these snowflakes and everything. So here's where I bring in those other flare badges, and I am going to start bringing in the mixed media snowflakes, and I decide to start layering some of these together, and I really love how they turn out. So I'll put some of the mixed media ones on top of some of just the white ones. Now these other mixed media ones weren't really dry, so I'm gonna start kind of gluing things down and getting things taken care of with the sprayed snowflakes. And then I think here I'm pulling out the Cozy collection. These are the sequin mix called Cozy, and I'm gonna start gluing those on some of the snowflakes, not all of them, just on some of them. And I'm also going to glue them around the layout, just kind of haphazardly sprinkle those on. I might cut some of this out because it seems like I've stepped away, and it is going to take a long time to place everything down. So I will come back in a little bit. This layout did take me quite a while. I think it took me about an hour and a half, which is very unusual for me. Usually it takes me an hour at the most to do a layout. So here you can see I'm just kind of placing these snowflakes all around the layout, and I am going to use my Zots to glue down the sequins as well as all of the snowflakes. So I'm going to fast forward this part just a little bit just so you don't have to sit and watch this. Okay, so now you can see that I am gluing down the title. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to figure out what exactly I'm doing. Apparently I'm all over the place. So I'm still working on some of these snowflakes. So here I'm going to put down these snowflakes up here in the top left hand corner, and also I'm going to put down this flare badge. And for the flare badges, since they're a little bit bigger, I use a bigger size. I think I use size medium of the Zots. Let's see. I don't seem to have it with me, so I'm not sure what size, but I'm pretty sure it's a size medium. So there you can see I cut apart that S and placed down the word snow, and I'm really liking this. So I'm still going to keep putting down all of these snowflakes and the sequins. And at some point I am going to embellish a little bit more with a doily that you can buy. It's just one of those simple 4-inch doilies, and you can get it in the SpiegelMom Scraps shop. Okay, so now I have all of the snowflakes down in the areas that I wanted them to be put. There was this last one that I didn't put glue. Oh, I guess there was a couple that I didn't put glue on. So I'm just gluing those down. Sometimes it's easier to use my little tweezer tool to pick up the glue Zots and just put it on the back of the snowflake, just because those ones were the ones with dazzlers on them, so they were kind of wet and they were ripping a little bit if I just put it against the glue. Now you can see that I'm just adding some sequins in a few different areas around the layout, and I am just gluing those down with my Zots once again. Okay, so now this is where I am thinking that title up there needs just something a little bit extra, and so I pull out one of these doilies and I'm gonna cut a little piece off of it and then glue down the top part of it, and then I'm gonna glue the word snow back down, and that is, I think that's the end of this layout. I had so much fun. I hope that you will hop along the blog hop. If you leave a comment on all the blogs, you will be entered into a drawing to win some fun prizes from each of the shops, from SpiegelMom Scraps and from Cuts2Luv. Make sure to check out each one of the shops. I will leave links below, and I will also leave a link to my blog post so that you can hop along and be entered to win. I'm so excited to be a part of this hop and to see all of the amazing layouts and projects and everything that everybody from both of these shops have made. It has been so much fun working with all of these products. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great scrappy day. Bye!